Alright, so welcome to the second part, and as you can see, really looks already pretty good. So what is really important that we also have some lighting on this edge right here, because I definitely want to see that this edge is a little bit more glossy, and I'll definitely also want to see later on a little bit, which was really good in my shot. When we have the beads laying on there, as you can see, they are throwing this nice shadow here on the phone, and where the shadow here hits the letters where it says iPhone, you can see that this also has a different color. I mean, you can also see it there, but here you can also see how it reacts when some kind of shadow falls on it, which is really pretty good. And also I think a little bit important to see when you're rendering something out like a product or something like that, you definitely want to see all kind of stuff, how it's reacting to light. So if you have some kind of glass, you also want to see that maybe some tiny part of an area light or whatever falls on this thing, and just simply so it's reflecting something. So you definitely see in the final render how all the materials work together. So that's pretty good. So the problem here is that we don't have here anything reflecting, which is not really good. So what we can do about it is we just simply mix now an area light with this HDRI that we already have in the scene. So we just simply go light, area light, and let me, no, we don't need to spin it. By the way, the light always shines in the Z direction. So wherever the Z axis is with this area light, there you will also have your light shining. So in this case, it's pointing in this direction. And let me also disable the camera for right now, so I can see it in the scene. Just simply double click this point here, and the camera is hidden in the scene. And let's select the light right here, and we don't need such a big light. We can definitely make this smaller. Just simply turn this down to something like this, maybe 39%, okay. And let's move it a little bit more upwards, and let's move it, let's rotate it a little bit, maybe 45 degrees. Okay, and let me see. Let's move this a little bit more over here. All right. And let's jump into the camera. Let's give it an Octane tag, object light tag, and now we can change our light every way we want. Probably way too bright right now, but we will see. Yes, okay, way too bright. So we just simply go here onto this button, onto this tag, and go to power, and we will change this down, really down, maybe something like 10 right now. Okay, this is still way too bright. So let's change it down to 5. Let's change it down to 3. Let's change it down to 1. All right, okay. Let's maybe leave it at 3, and what we're gonna do is just simply jump into the light coordinates, and now we'll just simply move it around, and as you can see, we instantly get the update. Okay, so I don't want the light, because if I move this down here, you can see also since the area light is so close, it also shines here onto the wall, and I don't want to have here any extra light. I only want to have some more reflections on the phone, but I don't really want to have I don't really want to see that some light is coming from there. I mean, this is doesn't really look too good. So we'll just simply move this upwards till it doesn't really shine on the wall here anymore. So 15, 16 might be okay, but as you can see, the reflections are still there. If I turn off the area light right now, you can see here is a reflection, here is a reflection, which is pretty cool, and which only really works if this is also modeled perfectly, because if all those stuff wouldn't have any edges and you would just simply have a model where everything has 90-degree edges, you don't get these reflections in your model, because the edges are just not there where the light can reflect, and this would really hurt the final rendering, you know. Okay, so let's turn this off and let's see what we get. As you can see, there is really a huge difference. So let's turn this on again. It's still a little bit too bright for my taste, so we'll just simply turn this down to 1, and 1 might be fine, because it doesn't really look that there is some kind of extra light in the scene, but I can definitely see that there is a reflection and there is a reflection. If I turn this off completely, looks like that. If I turn it on, looks like that. You know, it's just this little kind of sexiness that you do for your final rendering. It's also if you have a sexy belt or something like that. I really like to wear belts a lot, and you know, people don't really see the belt, but you know it's there. It's just for yourself. It's just this little bit kind of sexiness. But anyway, okay, so another light would be probably good. That's coming from this direction, but we will probably need this then when we have our Beats earphones. So we'll just simply create the Beats right now. So let me save this file. And we will open up a new scene. And let me, I hope I have those open still. Yes. We will create those beats right here. As you can see here, we have some brushed metal going on. The rest is probably all plastic. And here's also some, this is also a little bit of brushed metal, but not so diffuse like this one. This is definitely more glossy, and this is definitely a lot less glossy. So we'll just simply start it with a cylinder, and we don't really care about the size now, because I probably can find on the internet the right sizing for the earphones anyway. We will just simply scale those down later on when we have the final rendering. Or when we move it to the other scene, and then we just simply scale it down compared to the iPhone, so we can see how big these earphones really need to be. Okay, so first of all, we definitely want to go high poly here because it's a close-up shot. So we type in here 90 rotation segments. So this will be really round. Yeah, something like that. And let's just simply make it editable, and we go point mode, Control A, right mouse click, optimize, so that those parts are connected together, because in Cinema 4D they are not connected together, this part and this part, when you create a cylinder. So this is this little trick to connect those parts together to the rest of the cylinder. Okay, so let's look here at the picture, and probably not possible to keep this in here as soon as I click in Cinema 4D. This is okay, thanks. Thanks, Windows. So we just simply create here. I will try to do this for you, maybe a little bit more accurate. So we go knife, loop, and we will make a loop cut right here. So let's hold down the shift key. When you move here with the mouse and you're on the line, just simply click the shift key, and as you can see now it's locked. And now we can set here the offset. Let's set the offset here maybe to 5%. Oh, whoops, 95%. Okay, maybe 93. Okay, let's do a left mouse click, and as you can see now we have here our first cut. Then we will make another cut. That's a good question. Where is this exactly? Okay, right here probably. Okay, so we hold down the shift. We just simply hit the shift key one time till it's locked, and we will set this here to 94%. Do a left click. All right, this should be the red one, and the rest is already the inside. Can that be right? Probably. Okay, this should be fine for now. Let's go select loop selection, polygon mode, and we select this one and extrude this a little bit outwards. Maybe, yeah, 2 centimeters, something like that. And we will go into point mode, select this point and move this point a little bit outwards. So something like that, maybe 3 centimeters. As you can see here, you have this little thing that spawns with the centimeters. And if you don't have centimeters right now, you can just simply go Control D and then just project scale, and then here go to centimeters. Okay. And so we'll just simply go here to 3 centimeters. Knife will make a cut right here at, yeah, let's say 70%. Make a cut, select loop selection, and we'll also move this one here for 1.5 centimeter. Doesn't have to be too accurate. 1.5 might be fine. Okay. So this is not completely flat, you know. Okay, perfect. Then we probably have to do another cut. Where do we have to do the next cut? Probably here. Let's type in 2%. Let's do left mouse click. And then we have to do another cut somewhere around here. Let's type in 92. No. 96. No. 94. Yes, okay. Let's do a left mouse click. Then we have to do a small cut right here. So 99.5. Then we have to do another cut somewhere around here. So 92. Okay, maybe 93. Alright, left mouse click. Then we have to do another one right here. Let's type in 7. And then really close, another cut, 99. Okay. No, closer. 99.5. Okay. Then we have to make another cut somewhere around here. So shift 98%. 98.5. Alright. These are a lot of cuts, but you will see definitely why we are making all those cuts. Okay, this is the small cut, this is this cut. And then we need to make another cut right here, I guess. Yes, okay. Whoops. I didn't tell you any percentages, so 85% should be fine. Alright. And we'll just simply go select loop selection and delete the rest right here. Okay. So this should be our basic back, and now we need to do some extruding and also some scaling, and I just need to look where we want to start. First of all, okay, this is the red shape. We need this line right here. Select loop selection. We select this line right here, scale it down to something like this, maybe not so much, something like this. Alrighty. Then we go select loop selection, select this one. Also scale it down. Something like this. Okay. Then this line should be perfect. Then this line, we go select loop selection, go to poly mode, select this in here. And scale this down. Whoop, no, we extrude this, sorry. Yep. Something like that, maybe 0.8, minus 0.8. Okay. Then here we have to be, okay, I think I forgot one cut. We needed to make another cut right here. So something like this. Let's type in 10%. Alright, let's do a left mouse click, select loop selection, and we extrude this in. Make sure that create caps is not on, but anyway, when it's ticked on, you can't extrude. You won't see your extrude anyway. Minus 1 centimeter might be fine. Okay, alright, and then here we have select loop selection. Just simply scale this in here. Alright, should be fine like that. Okay, now we create a sphere. I might wanna extrude this here first. Select loop selection, extrude, whoop, this way, and then just simply move it backwards, scale it. Okay, perfect, should be fine. Now we create a sphere. Should be also really round, so 90 segments should be fine. Then we go hemisphere. Rotate this by holding down the shift key, 90 degrees, pull it a little bit upwards, scale it a little bit down. I think they are a little bit bigger than the rest is. So something like that might be just fine. Yes. Then we go select, whoops, make the sphere editable, select loop selection, and we'll just simply bring this down here. And then we go extrude. Whoop. Scale it down. Move the whole object a little bit this way. And let's bring this a little bit more in. Okay. Perfect. And I think we can scale the whole thing a little bit more, a little bit smaller. Okay. And now we can connect it here to the back, something like that. Does this look good? I'm not sure. Let's bring it a little bit upwards. Okay. We might still wanna bring this a little bit more down. Okay. And we also wanna select this here, select loop selection. Make sure this one is selected as well. So simply hold down the shift key and select this inner ring here as well. I'll just simply scale this all in a little bit more. I mean, this should be round. This should be really a rounding, but it doesn't really matter for this rendering, to be honest. I think we will be just fine. Okay, something like that, just a little bit. Okay, the next thing we want to do is select loop selection, and we'll just simply, even thought we don't see this in the rendering, but we can just simply do this right here. So we can make a hole here, maybe another one, maybe something like that. Okay, let's select the whole thing, extrude, and we'll whoops, this time we want to create caps. I'll just simply do something like that, and we are fine. And yeah, this should be it, I guess. I think, I hope. So this is our earphone. Then we also need those pieces right here that where the cable is connected to. So we'll just simply create another cylinder. Scale this down. Burp. And then definitely also 90 rotation segments. Even though this is a small part, it doesn't really matter. This isn't really, I think, 100% round. So we make this editable and scale it a little bit this way on the Z axis. So it looks something like that. And we also want to make it a little bit higher and bigger. Yeah, might look good. Maybe let's pull it a little bit downwards. Yes, we should be just fine. Then we want to make a cut right here. Knife, what the hell? Here we go, knife. And somewhere around here and here. Oh, sorry, didn't tell you any values. So let's click the shift key once, and when it's locked, we can just simply go here to, good question, let's make it 35%, and then we just simply lock it here at, I don't know, let's make it 15. No, that's too much, 12 might be good. Okay. Then we try to select only the middle polygons, go polygon mode, and we select this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one and this one, I think, and we'll delete this. All right, and do the same thing on the other side. Oh, first of all, let's select the middle. Okay. Okay. Only 5? I think I did select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this one and this one as well. Then we go Control A. First of all, select loop selection. We delete this part here. And we can also delete. Okay, it doesn't really matter. We won't see this part anyway. We could delete the inner part here as well. Okay. And then we just simply go Control A, select everything, extrude, make sure create caps is on, and just simply extrude this in here a little bit, something like that. All right. Okay, and I think this should be it for now. At least I think so. Yes, okay, let's select this, all three. Select the first one, shift key, left mouse click, select all objects, group objects. Now we have our null, edit, copy, and we bring it into our scene. First of all, let me close here the recovery scene. Or maybe not, maybe this is our scene. Yes, it is. Okay, file, close. And we bring it in here, edit, paste. As you can see, this is really big, so the first thing we do is we go object mode, scale, and scale this complete thing down. And bring it near the iPhone so we can see a little bit better how the scale should look like. It's still too big. Let's get it a little bit more down. All right. Now we just simply move this here, rope, and this way. Let me see how the rotation was. Okay, something like that. And also so that this part points a little bit upwards, so that the cable has some space to move. And we also need to rotate it a little bit this way. Okay, that was too much. Definitely too much. Yeah, okay, I think this way should be just fine. A little bit more upwards. Okay, all right. So we have our first earphone, and I think I wanna move it a little bit more, maybe something like that. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we switch into the front, and we go BCR, and then we just simply draw out the cable. So we'll start right here, and then here a little bit straight. Then we can start out with a curve. Whoop. Oh, I think I did just use the wrong spline. B-spline. Okay, B-spline better. All right. And just simply move this here a little bit. Yeah, we can. And then just simply we bring it here out of the scene, so we can't see the cable anymore. Now we can move some points here with the cable. Just simply select this point and maybe bring it here a little bit. No, let's leave this point. Control A so we can see where the point's at. Let's select this one. We can bring this one a little bit over here. This one a little bit over here maybe. So we get a little bit of a variation in our cable, and this one here over here. All right. Then we just simply have to move our cable closer to our slot till it fits in. Okay, perfect. Not 100% perfect, but almost. And now we just simply go sweep NURBS, create a circle. Where is it? Here we go. Pull in the spline, pull in the circle. Circle radius something like 0.1. Okay, still too big. 0.05. A little bit too small. 0.07 maybe. Oh, too big. 0.06. Whoops. 0.06. All right. Now we'll adjust the cable a little bit more here. Whoops. Let's select the sweep and let's bring this a little bit more into place. Something like that. Okay, perfect. And here our cable should hit the floor somewhere, which would be pretty good. So we go back to the spline, hit Control A. Whoops. Spline, Control. Point mode, spline. Okay. So we'll just simply move this point also a little bit down here, so it almost lies on the iPhone. And then we'll bring down this point to the floor. And the last one here as well. Alright. Okay, this was a little bit too much. Damn it. Let's disable the cube. Let's select this point and this point here. Re-enable the cube. And now we can just simply move this upwards. Okay, should be fine. Could be fine, should be fine. Oh, and the cable is still in the picture, which is not so good. Well, let's just simply go there. Let's select the last point here and move it a little bit more far away. And maybe let's add another point, create point somewhere around here. And so we can give it a little bit more, something like that. And we can also here in the spline, the angle, yeah, we can bring down the angle here to something like 3 degrees, so this gets a little bit more rounding, because if it's, as you can see, when I pull this higher, the angle value here, we get this really dirty edges. But since the cable should be absolutely round, we should bring this down here maybe to something like 3 degrees. This means more polygons, but also looks a little bit better. Okay, let's jump into the camera. Okay, cable goes out of the picture, which is pretty good, I think. And we will now just simply duplicate our null. And we want to have here some variation, of course. So we will rotate this a little bit differently. First of all, I want to fix the rotation, I think. So let's just simply hit this button here, enable axis, so we can fix this here a little bit better. And something like that. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. And let's rotate this way. And we also want to rotate it a little bit this way. Whoops. Okay. Might be okay. And we also need to move it downwards a little bit. Okay. Perfect. Well, not perfect. A little bit more upwards. Okay. Now we jump back in here. Since we don't want to use the same cable, which would also not really look too good, we take another B-spline and start doing the same thing again. And this time I want to have the cable a little bit more. Well, it doesn't really matter where we set the points right now, because we can change the points later on anyway. Okay, so all right. First of all, let's bring the cable into the right place. Might look okay. And now we can start to change stuff around. Well, might already look cool, but I'm not 100% satisfied. Well, maybe something like that. Now, so let's bring this over here. Okay. And this one a little bit over here. Okay, perfect. Let's duplicate the sweep knobs, hold down the control key, left mouse click, drag and drop, and we'll just simply delete the spline here, pull our spline in here and pull it under the circle. And now we have our cable. Let's see where the cable is. Okay, we probably have to rotate the sweep knobs a little bit. This way. Okay, and now move it over here. And yeah, okay. A little bit more upwards maybe. Okay, perfect. And I also want to see that this cable is also connected to the... Whoa, okay, here we have a problem with this cable. With the first cable, we need to fix this sweep spline, blah, blah, blah. And let's fix this quickly. Oh, okay. And there should be a point somewhere. Where is the point for the spline? Here we go. Okay. Back here. Don't want to have any cables inside my wall, which would be probably not that good. Probably not that good. All right. Let's move this upwards. Okay, perfect. And here the second one, we also need to, we set this first of all here to 3 degrees. And I also want to find the points. Okay, let's move it out of the sweep maps for a short time. Let's see the points. This point here would be important, and this point here as well. And let's move it back in. And now let's move them downwards. Oh, it should not really be, should lay on this cable here a little bit. And then I just simply select only this point and move this one downwards. Okay, perfect. All right, I think this should be it. Let's turn on our area light as well. And let's see what we get. Let's make a quick render. Bada boom, bada bam. Yes! Good enough, good enough, good enough for now. We might want to make the front a little bit. No, I think it should be fine. I think it should be fine. Okay, let's save the file. Let's fire up another cigarette. If you have ever wondered how much packs of smoke a day, it's way too much. That's for sure. No, it's really not that much, but it's still too much. It's probably 1 pack a day, sometimes a little bit more. So I guess I should quit sometime soon, but I'm not sure if this will happen. But anyway, let's texture this baby. I mean, we could create those white ones. This might be a little bit easier. Let's create those white ones here. You get also this bead texture that I did also already create in Photoshop. So you can use this one as well. So let's go. Okay, first of all, file save. Also, I think I did just save, but anyway. Octane material, diffuse texture, Cinema 4D Octane image texture. And by the way, if you have ever wanted, you can also enable an autosave if you're really paranoid that the render engine might crash or Cinema 4D. If you go here to preferences, somewhere you can files, recent files, backup copies, and then autosave here every 5 minutes or every 1 minute or whatever. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well, of course. Diffuse image texture. Where is my beats texture? I think it's in the folder. iPhone. Yes. Beats alpha. Perfect. So we need this one. Let's copy this channel. Copy. Then go Cinema 4D mix texture because we want to use a mix texture. And this red, the Beats logo itself should be something like red plastic and the background should be brushed metal. So we do exactly the same thing that we did with the Apple logo on the backside before, so that we have 2 different colors. The only thing this time we also need to create a mix material, because otherwise it would be impossible to mix 2 different indexes together, because plastic has something like 1.5, the metal has probably something between 6 and 8. Or something between 3 and 8 of an index, and we can't do this in one material, so this is why we will use the mix material for that. So we set this up quickly. Diffuse mix texture, go texture, paste channel, then we go image texture and change this here to an RGB spectrum, and this should be red. Our Beats logo should be red, something like that maybe. All right. And our background is metal, and so we set this here to 10% black. Also, this doesn't really matter, I guess, here. Then we set this here to glossy, and index is here 1.5, yes, and the specular, the roughness should be something like, I don't know, maybe something like 0.21, okay. So file save again. Then we create here another material, shader Cinema 4D Octane material, glossy index, something like, let's try it with 7, diffuse 10% black. And I think I also want to make this a little bit, because as you can see here, not here. This is a little bit brushed, as you can see. So we can also use a brush texture. You can get this one as well. So we just simply load into the bump, then afterwards a brush texture. We can do this later on. It's not really important that we do this now. And now we can already mix them together. Roughness higher, definitely, something like 0.2 maybe. We can also add a roughness map later on so that the glossiness is not everywhere the same. This makes it also look a little bit more realistic. Okay, file save. I always save my file because Cinema 4D Octane sometimes messes up when you use a mixed material. So in the material 2 we use our silver material, and here we use our beads material. As you can see, right now they are mixed together via float texture. So if we put this here to 0, we only get the silver texture. If you put this to 1, we only get the beads texture. If you set this here to 0.5, they are mixed together even. So Cinema 4D Octane image texture, and we will use this here now as an alpha, and use this texture. And as you can see right now, it would be silver inside and the outside would be black plastic. We don't want that, so we click here on invert. And as you can see, now the beads logo is red plastic and the outside is the silver that we need. All right, so file save. The next thing we want to do is create a new material, color, load image, and we use this right here. Since I'm not a fan of UV unwrapping, sometimes it's necessary and I do it a lot. Here we'll definitely not do it because I think it just takes up too much time right now. First of all, I want to keep the sweep here in here and this sweep in here, so they are connected to their earphones as well. So if I want to move those nulls, they're just simply there. Anyway, we will take this one first and go select loop selection and select this part here and go select set selection. And here we will bring in now our Cinema 4D material and apply this tag to it, polygon selection. All right. And now just simply change this here to cubic. And I can't really see much right now. Why is that? Why would you do that to me? Why? Why? Normally I get here a really nice preview. This time I don't get anything. Well, let's just simply move it a little bit around. But I still don't get no preview. Why? Okay, this is really weird. I don't know. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? It should be seen here. Let me just simply save the file. And let me close this. No. Let's set up Cinema 4D once again. Maybe a right click and render materials would have saved the, would have got rid of the problem as well. I'm not 100% sure about that. Maybe should have tried it. Okay, it's still not there, which is really weird. Worked like a charm before. I'm not sure. This is why I'm using the Cinema 4D material. Maybe I should move it in the first place. No. Let's get rid of the polygon selection. Then it's all over the place, which is also not really good. Just not working right now. Why? Why is something messing up always when I'm recording a tutorial? This is like, I don't know. I would just simply try to find it out and pause the video. Okay, I guess just anything in the scene is messed up. So what we want to do is just simply take those two, go to edit, copy, open up a new scene, edit, paste with the material already on there. And as you can see here, we have our preview. I'm not sure what's going on in the other scene. Absolutely no clue. So we'll just simply cubic map this, and I think the length was something like 0.4. 0.4. Okay, no, definitely not. Let's try it with 1. 1. No, still too small. 2. 2. Still too small. 3. And 3 should be fine. Yes, okay. Now we can also rotate this, and we should bring the beats so that this line is even with this line, and we should also move this here a little bit. 18.1 maybe. Okay, I think we still should make it bigger. 4 might be good. Alright, and now we can just simply move it around. Let's try it with 19.6. Yes, looks good. And I think we still need to rotate this a little bit more. Something like that. Okay, perfect. And we should do the exact same thing now over there. We can just simply take this cylinder here and select this polygon selection and this one, hit Control, and now we just simply move everything over there, including the selection. And we should rotate this a little bit less. Yes, okay, perfect. And here we should rotate this here still a little bit more. Something like that. Okay, perfect. Now we take our both nulls again, object, edit copy, bring it over to our delete those two. Whoops. Edit paste. Okay, as we can see, we see nothing. Maybe here something. Enhanced OpenGL, transparency, shadows, post effects. No, no post effects. Noises. Backface scrolling, isoline editing. Textures. Oh, options, textures. Maybe I did hit some kind of shortcut and did disable this. Alright, so now we see our textures in the scene as well, which is perfect. We go File, Save, and now override our two materials with the mix texture that we did create, which is the Beats logo mix text. Alright, and we'll just simply drop it over there and over there. And as you can see, Octane materials most of the time don't get recognized inside of Cinema 4D, so this is why for preview purposes I always use a normal Cinema 4D material. And let's jump back into our camera and let's start this up, and this should look fine, if I'm right. Yes, okay, alright. We already have our beats. Next thing we wanna do is we wanna take this one here, cylinder, go to line mode and go to knife and make a little cut right here. So at, I would say 60%, make the cut, do the same thing over here. Knife 60% and make the cut. Go select loop selection. Whoops. Okay, alright, and also this here. Maybe also the, well, not the inside. Oh well, also this inside right here. And go select set selection. Take this tag, control left mouse click, drag and drop, also to here. Now we'll create shader Cinema 4D Octane material, glossy index 8, roughness 0.02, diffuse 10% black. Alright, and drop this onto our cylinders, give it the tag. Okay, and also here tag, perfect. And why does it look so weird right here? Select loop select. Okay, maybe I have to do this here extra. Pop, pop, select the tag, select set selection. Okay, perfect, now it looks good. Pretty perfect. Now we create a white plastic material, shader Cinema 4D Octane material, glossy, index 1.5, roughness something like 0.1, maybe 1.8, something like that. And diffuse, make sure we have something like 94%. I'll just simply drop this on here and move it forward. Okay. Also here and here. Okay. Then we will duplicate this material, and first of all we call this white plastic. And then we just simply take this one, call this red plastic. And the diffuse channel will be just simply changed to something like red, something like that. Okay. And we will just simply drop this on the rest. But first of all, we need to make selections for that as well. So where do we have our red parts? Let me look it up again. Okay, here in the back, first of all, select loop selection. Make sure that you click anywhere in the scene so you get rid of this selection. Then we select this here and also this here. Then we should have a small ring right here that is red. Yeah, this one. Okay. Then here is nothing, and this one should be red. Okay, so select set selection. Yes, and we call this red parts. And hopefully this works for the other cylinder as well when I copy this over. And we drop this on here, give it the selection tag, red parts, and the same on the other one. Whoops, and I think I did move this right here. Okay, perfect. Give it this selection. Nope, it's not working. Okay, let's just simply do this by hand. Select loop selection. Let's select this part, this part, this part, and this part. Select set selection. Okay, perfect. And another thing we want to do, yes, we want to drop the white plastic over the rest. Just simply drop it on here, move it forward, do the same here, move it forward. And now we duplicate this white plastic right here, call this white leather. Give it an index of 2. So right now we want to create some kind of a leather, more than a plastic material. That's for sure. Maybe not leather, but something similar. And give this a really high roughness of like 0.32. Alright, and maybe also turn down the specular a little bit. Here, 80%. Normally you shouldn't do that, but I think it will be fine right here. And we will select our spheres and put this on here. And also here onto the sphere. Okay. All right. Since we have here now some edges that are not round, which is not really good, we will drop in a subdivision surface right here and also here. And now put the cylinder in and also here. And as you can see, we run here into some geometry problems here on the cylinder. So we'll fix this quickly. Knife, and we will just make some extra cuts right here, and right here. Do the exact same thing on the other cylinder. Just always in between, I think, should be fine enough. And here, okay, and let's see this if we still have any problems. No, we don't. Perfect, file save. Okay, and for the final rendering and the rest of the setup, I will probably create a part 3. And yeah, see you in part 3.